All right, what's going on, y'all? So I'm basically making this quick video to kind of show you guys the strategy that I trade and how I trade. The strategy has about a 75 to 80% win rate. And that's, with me back testing over 500 trades, 3 years worth of data. Um and so yeah, basically, let's go ahead and get into it. So right now, I'm leaning bullish just because we have this 4 hour bearish gap right here that's being inversed or disrespected, which tells me that right now price wants to go higher. If it didn't, it would reject off of this gap and we would continue lower. Because that's how price moves. It moves based off of fair value gaps and liquidity. So right now, we basically want to figure out where the draw on liquidity is, or where price is going. And so right now, like I said, price either moves to sweeping out liquidity or to rebalance ranges or fair value gaps. So right now, I'm seeing this 4 hour gap that kind of looks obvious that price is heading towards. Like I said, we disrespected this bearish gap, closed above it, V shape right here. So like we're very bullish right now. So really, all I would want to see is some type of pullback. Um, we want to see a sweep of liquidity, a pullback into possibly one of these bullish gaps right here. Maybe something like this. And then like I said, we want to see a reject off of that. And then we get an inversion towards our draw on liquidity, which is up here, bullish. So that's what I'm looking for coming into the day. So let's go ahead and see what happens. So let's go to the 1 minute. Where are we at? 9:29. All right. So market's open. Immediately, we tap into this gap and we sweep this low right here that was inside the gap. So we swept liquidity and we tapped into a fair value gap. So now all we want to see is a low time frame inversion back up to our draw on liquidity, which was up here, or bullish. So let's drop to the 1 minute and let's see. Also, we have this low resistance liquidity right here, or like we have these stacked highs that haven't been broken. And a lot of times what price likes to do is run these highs. This is a good draw on liquidity because, like I said, price, a lot of people are putting their stop losses at these highs, shorting. A lot of people trade off of, support and resistance, supply and demand, things like that. So they're shorting off of these rejections, right? So there are a lot of stops right here. So price likes to run these stops to, gain liquidity and, continue to where it wants to go. So let's see what happens. Okay. This is exactly what we wanted. So we have an inversion right here. This bearish fair value gap right here is being inversed. This 1 minute has closed, disrespected it, signaling that we are now going into a different direction, right? And not only do we have that, but we're rejecting off of this gap right here. And we have swept out this low in this gap. So we swept liquidity, we're rejecting off of a fair value gap, and we're going we have an inversion towards our drawn liquidity, towards more liquidity right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter this trade here, probably put my stop right here. Sometimes I'll put it at the low, but because we made this high right here and broke it, so we have a CISD as well, I'm gonna put it at this low, and I'm gonna go for just a 1-to-1. Like I said, this strategy has a super high win rate once you really understand where price is going, understand, liquidity, understand time, and things like that. Like I said, the strategy has a pretty high win rate. So all we're going is for a 1-to-1, kind of just taking our piece of the pie. So we'll place our order, save, and let's see how it plays out. Okay. All right, so at this point, I'll definitely be break even. It looks like we're about to hit, bang. So pretty simple. This is also known as a Judas swing. That happens a lot in the morning time, 9:30. We like to go in the opposite direction that we want to go, sweep out some liquidity, um, like I said, there's a lot of stops that are being placed right here, for people that are doing support and resistance, supply and demand. That's where a lot of people are taking buys at, right? So, being said, there's a lot of stops right here. Price likes to sweep out all these people, take the liquidity, the money, and then run in the opposite direction that it actually wants to go in. And the reason we knew that we were bullish is because on this 4 hour, we can see that we had a super V-shaped recovery. All of these gaps were getting inverse disrespected. Clearly, we were bullish, and we had a lot of bullish momentum. So like I said, we swept liquidity, tapped into this fair value gap, got an inversion out of it, took out this low resistance liquidity. We had great targets right here. Yeah, it's pretty much that simple. Like I said, it's just a quick kind of video just breaking down the strategy, so you guys kind of know what to look for.